everyone, and welcome to another episode of Draw With Me, where we come together and put 10 minutes on the clock and try and draw as much as possible. Now, the challenge is completely up to you, so whether you're drawing heads, torsos, full body, using crayons, markers, pencils, doesn't matter. It's whatever is going to push you to try and be stronger and faster and just a little bit better at the craft that you are trying to master. Now, we are going to continue as we are ending this month. We are going to continue with January and finish this prompt out. Hopefully, we'll finish on a winning streak as we move forward. And today's character is going to be Toxo Viper 2. Not the first one, the second one, Toxo Viper 2. Now, there's not a lot of reference out there, mostly the toys, but you can find a couple images. So go ahead and grab your reference and your materials, hit the pause button. We will wait until you come back. And when you are ready, we will go ahead and get started. All right, welcome back. So we're gonna go ahead and move this out of the way, put 10 minutes on the clock, move this eraser, and we are, nope, this is not the right pencil. Neither is that one. We're gonna get there just there. Nope. Yep, there we go. Okay. I guess I didn't get my materials ready. And we are gonna get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I don't really know anything about Toxo Viper, except for that this is the second version of him. And so the other one had like this really big helmet, like super big helmet, and it was just like, wait, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, I guess that's why they redid it, because it was really odd. And so I'm actually kind of happy that they switched it up a bit, but you know, it is what it is. But still, in the end, I have no idea who this character really is. But we're gonna try and have some fun drawing them. There's a lot going on with this character. So that's out, and this would come down. So there's a lot of things happening with this character. So there's a lot of bits and pieces to the Toxo Viper. So it'll be interesting to see just how far along we get with this character. And so yes, I am constantly looking at my reference because I have no idea about them whatsoever. So I don't know, we'll just do this because I think that would be more important. And then apparently there's something here that comes here and wraps, and here and wraps. Okay, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that, shoulder. Right, I don't always like that. So the shoulder there, okay. And this comes up, and then he's got this weird, there's so many pieces to this guy. Like so many pieces. So we're gonna try, right? Like I said, we're gonna try and get it so that this character we can get semi-finished. Right, 7 minutes and 40. Okay, still doing quite all right. Go grab that. Actually, it's the other way around, so it's wider. It comes down like so. There we go. And then he's got a piece that wraps itself all the way around his head, like so. Down, comes up, down, a little bit, red. Okay, we've got the double, and then he's got this weird like wing flap. Actually, it comes up here because it connects there. He's got this weird wing flap, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And he's got, pull out an ear piece because he's got one there, like so. And then I think the rest of his head just kind of like that. And then this 1, 2, 3, like so. I'm gonna go ahead and put some. I think I saw something somewhere else. We're gonna do that. Right, so it looks kind of like so. All right. 6:23, alright. I mean, as you all know, we've had way worse at times. I think my personal slowest time was like, I came in and started inking at 5 minutes, something like that. So it was super far behind. And that one hurt. You know, I was like, oh well, I already know what's happening here. Not getting finished. But I think we're making a lot of progress with these characters and being able to try and finish characters and stuff like that, especially ones we don't know, like the Toxo Viper. Alright, like who knows? Like I really have to say, like, this is a character that I had no clue about. None whatsoever. So that is, I would say, the biggest challenge is getting these characters that we don't know and then trying to make sense out of them whilst under a time limit and still trying to make it look like something. You know, it's like, so there's a lot going on with these challenges that I hope that while you're doing them, you're actually realizing, like, wow, you know what, I've done a lot. I've learned a lot. Been able to try and get a lot of extra stuff done. And so, I don't know. I feel really good. I mean, even with the ones that I've not been able to complete, right? I felt really good about just the process of coming along and going, hey, look, I was able to get this much done in such a short amount of time. And while I know there are people who are probably like, oh, well, I can do like so much more in so much smaller space. Like, that's good, you know? I am not that person yet. That's why we're trying. Right? We're trying to make sure that that is something that can happen. So, Toxo Viper is almost inked. Almost inked, everybody. I mean, it's good. Pull this out just a little bit further. Alright, Toxo Viper inked up, and we've got 3.5 minutes left. Alright. I mean, I already see the cleanup, right? I already know that there's a good amount of cleanup that needs to happen. And like, I have to say that I'm actually kind of happy. For me, like, if you know my art, you know that I tend to get really crisp and clean lines, you know, trying to make sure that everything looks complete and stuff like that. So having purple next, having this this drawing be like, oh well, you know, it's not perfect, right, as far as the line quality goes, and going, that's all right, because you're gonna come back through and you're gonna clean it up, is huge for me, because normally that has to happen right then and there. Like, I can't move on. Like, I'm like, nope, no. That is not something that we're gonna do here. We're gonna make sure that everything looks nice and clean before we move on. And so I'm growing while doing these, going, all right, you only have X amount of time, so you have to be okay with letting some parts of it go. You know, go, look, we're gonna do this instead. So I hope that you guys are getting some type of value out of, you know, these challenges. And we are going to move on to different characters starting next month, right? Like, that's just something that's going to happen. So, you know, if you're like, I don't really like G.I. Joe, that's cool, right? Because we will be moving forward. So stick with me and we'll be doing something else. So, but I do hope that you're getting some type of value out of these drawings that we're doing, because, you know, I know I am. It's like, I know I am. And sometimes, like I said, and sometimes it's like, well, we didn't get all the way, right? We didn't finish it all the way. But I don't know, like I look at a character like this, where there's all kinds of extra doodads and weird stuff to it, and going, man, that was a lot that I had to try and finish and get in there. And so the fact that just being able to get to a certain spot, I think, is great, right? And so I hope that you are seeing that as well. If you don't, if you don't finish, you're like, man, I didn't finish, and I'm constantly not finishing. It's all right. Go look at some of my older videos. You will see that I don't necessarily finish all the time either. So, it's okay, right? We're practicing, and that's what it's all about. It's about practice. And the more you practice, the better you're gonna get. The more you practice. And well, okay, so I hear the button. No, I'm still not done. So please forgive me as I finish this. But if you're using markers, you know just as well as I do that once you get started, you can't actually just stop, right? Otherwise it'll get streaky. But I mean, look at how far we got, right? Not done, but pretty close. And I wasn't stressed about it. I'm like, oh, I can get here. I'm going to do this. So I think we did really well today. Excuse me. I think we did really well today, and we're just going to keep going tomorrow and the day after and the day after, and you're just going to feel and see how you're going to get better. Like, I know for a fact, like, I'm drawing comic book pages, and by doing this, when I'm doing my sketches, when I'm trying my drawing, I've gotten faster. And so these are really paid off for me. So I hope that they are for you as well. And if you stick with it, I'm telling you, you're going to get faster, and there's just no way around it. So if you are participating in the challenges, please head on over to my Discord. The link is in the description, and drop your progress so we can see and we can cheer you on so that you will continue to grow and move further in your artistic career. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you get notified every single time that I drop new content. Thank you so very much, and I will see you at the next video.